Good evening, everyone. Ah, what's up, dog, to you as well, Trix? And welcome to a new expansion of Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy 14, I should mention, because we need to clarify that in case anyone thinks it's the other Final Fantasy. Though I doubt anything's gonna mix that up. So yeah, a new X-Pack for this just dropped, and I've actually been playing this since it's released. I was leveling up one of the new classes, the Wiper, but I've kept the MSQ just for you guys. So, I'm heading the wrong way. We're gonna start the MSQ over there. Face red hardship. As you can see, I have the Paladin stuff on. Yeah, there's definitely an improvement in the graphics as well with the new expansion. It's not sure if it's going over to the stream, but it's actually running a lot smoother too. And one of the things that I've noticed a lot is that the armor has a lot more reflectivity, which was not a thing before. Okay, it's a lot more shiny. It's still very old, all things considered, but it's a lot better. Alright, and let's begin the main story with Ojika. Sunjika. Ojika Sunjika has a message for you. Welcome back, Mika. I just had word from Arenville. It seems he's managed to secure passage to Tyrol aboard a guild ship vessel. Why don't you wait in the main hall while I go and inform your travel companions? It should only take a moment. Oh, and yeah, you're hearing the different expansion quest accepted music. This is armor that you get at the end of Endwalker. Like, this is the level 90 armor, but it's definitely had a glow up because this reflectivity on the metal is completely new. And I believe they're slowly adding improving all the armor sets over time. Let's wait for a bit. And head to the new continent. The continent of Tyrol. But first we have to find their companions. Or even this rug texture, it didn't used to be like this before. Like this patterned, if so to speak. Ojika gave us the good news. We've made ready to set sail at a moment's notice. The only one yet to arrive is Arenville himself. I'm noticing a bit of edginess around the pixels, around the details. I'm guessing that's because I'm using NVIDIA DLSS, which wasn't an option before. Oh, you're all here. It took some persuasion, but the Cleaners Guild ship has granted us places aboard a vessel bound for Tyrol. There'll be other passengers, researchers, and artisans and the like, so we'll need to share deck space. That's fine, Arenville. I doubt anyone expected we'd have a ship all to ourselves. Even the characters look a bit more shiny for some reason. They're not casting off just yet, so if you have any lingering concerns, now is the time to voice them. I wouldn't call it a concern, but everyone's still clear on what it is we'll be doing in Tyrol, yes? We've not forgotten. The nation of Tuliolal is in the midst of deciding its next ruler. As your chosen allies, we shall assist you during the rite of succession and support your bid to become Dawn Servant. Alphinaud sort of giving us the down low of why we're heading to the new nation after everything that's happened. In addition to that, Alphinaud and I have another objective. As part of its reconstruction, Golemald seeks ways to reconcile and re-engage with its neighbors. While visiting Tyrol, we hope to learn more about how its myriad cultures interact with one another, how they found common ground, develop stronger ties, the sort of insights that might help our friends. Yes, that is correct. They are twins. The one on the left, blue one, is the male, and he's Alphinaud, and the one on the right is Alice. Both of them have different classes, like Alphinaud is a healer and a sage, and Alice is a red mage. But we'll pursue this goal in our own time. You can be sure that we'll give the contest all due attention. I might shift away from NVIDIA DLSS, because that flickering is kind of annoying me. That's all I ask, otherwise you're welcome to do as you like. You wanted to find out about your grandfather, right, Crow? Yes, as far as we could determine from the old missive I found, he had been tasked with investigating the Golden City by your father, the Dawn server. Now, this was a thread that's been left in the FF game for a while. The Golden City of the New World, and now we're finally about to get an answer in this expansion. Yet, oddly enough, we have no record of that investigation in our archives, and nothing to explain the earring which accompanied the letter. Thus, for reasons both official and personal, I should very much like to get to the bottom of this mystery. I'm sure there'll be a chance to speak with Papa. You can get your answers right from the source. I look forward to meeting him. In any case, you're not the only one with an interest in the City of Gold. Yeah, the Aaron Wilds is also trying to find it for a while. The Golden City is a children's bedtime story. I'm part of this expedition only because the Third Promise has commanded it as a guide. That is a lie. He's actually very interested in trying to find it. Why he wants to find it, we are not exactly sure. Still playing the part of the stoic servant, I see. What of you? Don't you dare tell me you've changed your mind. Hoist sail and let the wind take us as you pleases. We won't make you down so by standing here and talking about it. I go wheresoever adventure is. Alright. Hoist sail and let as the wind pleases. Well said. We won't get far wallowing in the shallows. Right, then if you all are still committed to the journey, then say we make ready to depart. Yeah, before we make ready to depart, let me change to AMD instead of NVIDIA. But if performance is going to take a hit, I'll switch back. Also, let me lower the mic because I'm speaking like really loud for some reason. Yeah, if performance takes a hit, I'll switch back to NVIDIA. Alright, I don't see the weird flickering anymore. That was kind of annoying me. Eager as they are, the others have already left for the harbor. We are not in danger of missing the boarding call, but perhaps we should be on our way as well. Yep. Let's finally set sail to the new area we'll be going into the expansion. And yes, the game does have voice cutscenes in case you're curious. Just those were not voiced though.
Savoring the moment? I can feel your excitement, your eagerness to explore the unknown.
Well, for once, the fate of the world doesn't rest on our shoulders. We might even get a chance to enjoy ourselves.
Do not be so quick to relax. Oh, Tural may seem but a short sail away on a map. The vast seas between brim with peril. The treacherous waters of Shade's Triangle alone have claimed countless vessels. Even following the safe route plotted by Admiral Bufiswin herself, this will be no pleasure cruise.
Perhaps, but my voyage here was uneventful enough, disappointing me so.
Fortunately, you haven't traveled with the Warrior of Light, because the Warrior of Light gets into all sorts of trouble.
Either way, the two of you have first-hand experience, which will be of great comfort in the days ahead, I'm sure.
Aye, it's nothing new to us.
All aboard! We're casting off!
It's time. I trust you have everything you need? And so does our ship cast off from the docks. We sail west, as Kettenram did some 80 years past, bound for the New World, known to her children as the continent of Tural.
this contest is said and done, it'll be your daughter who sits the throne. Me, Woklamat.
I might just need to up the volume a bit if it's might be a little low. Oh, that's a new transition. Looks like we're running into trouble right off the bat near the Shade Strangle. Or not, maybe? Weather seems clear enough. What is this music?
Smooth sailing so far?
Definitely.
Aye, so far so good. But this sea, she's a fickle one. Calm one moment, blowing a gale the next.
Ominous words ever.
I'll take my rest while I can then.
Yeah, something's about to happen.
We left port what seems an age ago now, and we've seen naught but open water ahead. I knew Tural was far, but it's another thing to really know. Speaking of which, some of our fellow passengers have made this trip before. Several times, in fact. I was able to learn a few things about Tuliolal and the right of succession. Since we still have a long way to go, why not have a chat with them yourself? I'm sure you have questions of your own.
Chance to chat with people on board. Usually it's just straight on to the location, but I guess we need a little calm before the storm.
Did you look out across these same waters, Grandfather?
Dawntrail, as you might have expected, is following the footsteps of her grandfather, Graloof. Names which you might be familiar with if you're a Final Fantasy fan. You know what? Okay, never mind. Let me leave the music as is because I feel like it's actually pretty loud, all things considered. Let me adjust my mic though. There we go. Back to here. I can feel my head start to dull on these long sea voyages. How about some light sparring later? LSA always sparring and active. Have you spoken with our shipmates? Tural is still a good distance away. It might be a pleasant way to pass time. Right, fair enough. Fonjiente. Oh, this will be my first visit to Tural. Fonjiente is the name. I was working at Ash Times Aesthetics in Old Dog, you see, but my employment then came to an end. That's why I visited Charlayan in the hope of starting over while I was attempting and failing to find a new job. I seized the chance to board this vessel when I overheard room for another passenger and suddenly opened up. I'm told the Dawn Servant welcomes all regardless of origin, and so Tuliolal seemed like the perfect place to begin anew. Hopefully things will be better this time. Mamuja. I see you in Eorzea before. A great and famous hero. I have enough of playing the simpleton. There was a time when we took great pains to maintain deception. Yeah, the Mamuja actually like to pretend to be a bit simple, but with more of his has come to Tyrol and become practical. Besides, my mercenary days are over. Too many of our robots have fallen, and so we had home to lick our wounds. Okay, that makes sense. early adventure. My story? Well, since you asked, I want us to retrace the historic journey of the great Ketendron. You know, the first Ariosia to set foot on Toral almost 80 years ago. The Momoljala's leader is said to have welcomed Ketendron with open arms and sent him home with a bounty of silverware as a token of their friendship. But the real treasure was the crops he brought back: potatoes, tomatoes, and corn. It spread across Eorzea like wildfire. His grand adventure led to a culinary revolution. Actually, this was hinted. If you are a crafting class in this game, or a gatherer class, and you came across these ingredients, potatoes, tomatoes, and corn, they will all mention they came from the New World to some extent. I'm not sure where, but it's hinted in one of those. The tales say that Ketendron returned to Toral several times after that, but his ship vanished during his last recorded voyage, and he was never heard from again. But even a seasoned explorer like him could meet such an end is testimony to the ocean's peril. Alright, that's 3 of 5. Oh, I can actually go back if I really wanted to head back to the mainland. Self-assured trader. An adventurer, I presume. I'm a merchant myself, based in Ildar, specialty import and export. Eos and into Raleigh boat. If this is your first crossing the salt, as they say, do remember that the social morals of Eorzea are not necessarily the same as those over yonder. Consider this. It is not uncommon for the various races to be referred to instead by the names of certain clans. The Mikote, the Headsaro, the Rodka, the Zbral, the Brawl. I'm not even sure that whether the X is pronounced there. Not because every member of a given clan is of the same race mind, but because many individuals of said race are associated with that clan. A fair assumption in certain cases, but take care not to give offense. I will keep that in mind. Self-assured trader who has not told me his name. Alphabet. I'm told this vessel has been equipped with a barrier generator to protect it from storms. A reassuring thought, though I nevertheless pray there'll be no need for it. Swampy sailor. Did you manage to make a wager? We're taking bets on who will be set next in the Dawn 7 shining chair. There are 4 claimants in the right of succession. Your young Wuklamat being one of them, of course. But from what a Mamulja bloke was telling us, the other 3 are all strong contenders. Not too many keen to risk their coin on the third promise. Alright, I talked to everyone. I presume I have to return to Kryl, and then something's happening. I heard Aranville was looking for passage to Tiliola, so I managed to squeeze his party aboard one of our chartered vessels. As fortune would have it, we had just scheduled an expedition to Turon. Thank you. Without you, our adventure would not have begun. Deep breaths, deep breaths. Oh, I'm not excited. Oh, is it high? I was thinking that it would be lower. Alright, let me just push this down very slightly. Yeah, there we go, we push it. Yeah, it does feel a bit high, and I feel like I'm actually shouting over it at times. I lowered it a bit, so let's see how it fares. Did you learn anything of interest? No, yeah, the music is definitely a bit, so this a bit more. There we go. Oh, I hadn't thought about the clan names. We should have booked Lamont and to teach us the new ones we should know. Actually, it's getting a little chilly up here on Jack. Let's all gather in the cabin. Alright, letting us know that something's about to happen. It's not a Final Fantasy game without something happening to your ship. And lo and behold, rain. Interesting.
We're in for a proper storm, it seems.
Interesting choice of music. Yeah, Wiklamot is actually seasick. I see. That was why the deep
How's your
breaths.
stomach any better?
I don't know what you mean. I don't get seasick.
Well, she's clearly trying not to.
I'm just feeling a little nauseous is all.
Isn't that what seasickness is?
Erenville, you were born in Tural, yes? Do many Vieira live there?
The Shetona, as my people are called, have settlements mainly in the north, in Shaktural.
And your family?
I know nothing of my father, not even his name. As for my mother...
What are the chances that's going to be relevant in the future?
Oh dear.
Come, we should lend what aid we can.
Okay, now I feel like the game's voice is way too low. Just a smidgen up.
I have not seen the ocean rage with such fury before or since.
Can't be a dungeon that soon, can it? I feel like we need to be at least level 81 before that.
Tossed our ship about like a toy, sending sailors tumbling. The dauntless Alizé, quick to the rescue, was almost lost to the sea herself.
Alphino to the rescue. And the Warrior of Light switching on the barrier generators.
Meanwhile, our champion rushed to deploy the vessel's magical defenses, and thereby shield us from the lightning.
Yep, it is Erenville who's doing the narration.
What an extraordinary life he must lead to be able to operate such a device with practiced ease.
We actually got struck by lightning. Lightning has been a very big theme.
Oklama, too, threw herself into the rescue efforts, though one might have mistaken her for another soul in distress.
As I was saying, lightning has featured very prominently in the trailer for this expansion. So I'm wondering if it has something to do with the lightning calamity before. Whether we're gonna...
By the time the unruly seas had calmed, our strength was all but spent, and we had yet to even glimpse the shores of Tural.
Okay, so not yet a dungeon. Just an event to start it off.
In retrospect, of course, that battle against the storm would prove a fitting prelude to the coming contest for the throne.
Yep, everything's fine now. And we're probably off the shores of Yaktural any moment. Or Tuliolal, I mean. And our character's gonna go out there and do the pose in the trailer. As well as the weird creepy smirk. Alright everyone, should I just say it? Welcome to Dawntrail. Exciting. I can hardly believe that we've gotten another Final Fantasy XIV expansion. It feels like it's been so long.
Morning. Joining us for some fresh air?
Wait, okay. Yep, I am.
Seems my belly has settled along with the weather, but I'll feel much better once we're on solid ground. Can't be much farther now, can it?
Hang in there, Wiklamoth.
Seabirds.
Since we are nearing shore.
Land must be near. You need only hold out a while longer.
For a dark moment, I thought the ocean might swallow us. Glad to have my pessimism proven wrong.
In other good news, I examined the sailor who took a fall, and he's faring well. I'm sure he'll make a full recovery.
Good news indeed. If all's well, then we needn't delay in launching the landing boat. Ships have to lower anchors some way from shore. Too close, and they risk having their underbellies ripped open by the reefs that crowd Tuliola's coasts.
Thanks for bringing us all this way.
Ha! We only did what we were paid to do. Couldn't hardly set you adrift halfway. If anything, it should be us thanking you for helping us through that beast of a storm. As a matter of fact, everyone's starting to fancy your chances in the contest. At this rate, we won't be able to lay wagers no more.
Then I better not let you down. Oh, easy, stomach. Easy.
We're the last to board. If there's nothing left to say, then let's shove off, shall we?
Yeah, it's through this little boat that we actually arrive in the new world. Oh, there we go. There's the trailer shot. And the FF theme. Which feels great to hear again.
Blue seas, clear skies, and boundless possibilities. I dare say our destination will soon be in sight.
Enjoying yourself for a change?
I really should have leveled up Wiper for this scene. I got it to 84, but not here in time for stream. So I'm on my paladin at the moment. Yeah, there we go. There's the creepy smirk.
Look, my friends. Behold the scene of our next great adventure.
At last, we are come to the land you call the New World. To my home, Tural.
Now we just need the Dawntrail logo. There we go. Ooh, fancy. Okay. Interesting music. Very jazz, I like it. I'm still recovering over there. Welcome to Tuliola. Yeah, it looks gorgeous for a new area.
seen cities with an impressive mix of cultures, but this is something else.
You can really tell the improvements in the graphics from how everyone looks now. The faces are really better.
Is that a... No. I've never seen Vanu feathers in that color before.
You'll find much here you never knew existed. There may be a sea route now, but visitors to Tulihyolal are still few and far between. And as we don't build seafaring ships, only a handful of Turali ever venture abroad.
Mamulja sellswords mostly. Those willing to play the fool sail with Lominsan merchants to secure employment in Eorzea.
I suppose that makes us a rare sight in your country.
Rare and currently undocumented. Were there some forms we should fill out or...
Forms? Did you forget who you're traveling with?
Oh, looks like we don't have to go through immigration this time. Because when you entered Endwalker and Charleyan, you had to go through those processes. Hello.
You are outsiders? Visitors to Tural?
Brawl Landsguard.
We are.
Our nation is soon to hold a right of succession to choose its next dawn servant.
Oh, I don't think they've spotted Wuklamat yet, because
We will not abide interference from foreign agents seeking to foment trouble. What brings you to Tulihyolal?
I can answer that. These fine people are allies in my succession bid.
Third promise. If you vouch for them, then all is well. Of course.
Please, accept our apologies.
okay, so Wuklamat actually does have a standing over here.
No need to bow and scrape. That our soldiers are so diligent in their duties fills me with pride.
We'll be continuing our patrol then.
Well, well. You really are a figure of authority here.
Now let's say taking the words out of my mouth.
Are you suggesting I don't look the part?
Well, you kind of haven't actually proven that to us in any way or form yet.
Anyway, first things first. I bid you welcome to Tulihyolal.
I mean, it's almost... I can't believe we took like an hour for just to get to the cutscenes to get to Tulihyolal. And I guess everyone's still in their cutscenes right here. Let me just explore a bit before we talk. No long to wait then. Wow, what a team actually. It's very different from anything I've heard in game. This is like just jazzer stuff right here. Blues, I guess. Now you know. According to Aramville, the Vanu I thought I saw belongs to a clan known as the Hanu. It seems to share more than a physical resemblance. What an amazing sissy. As lively as Oldar and even more colorful. You're not wrong there. Ah, it's nice to feel that familiar breeze again. I wasn't sure my stomach would make it. Aranville. Well, despite the storm's effort to the contrary, here we are, safe and sound. A new world to explore. We already kind of know this. She's actually one of the people who is in line for the throne, but they sort of hold a contest over here to prove to prove their right to succeed on the throne. And Wuklamat has actually recruited us to help in her campaign. Brother Hanu from Star Rail. You've arrived in Tuliolal. You can return to the city at any time by speaking with the Swazi sailor in Scholar's Harbor in Old Charlian. Wuklamat. Oh, I get a new weapon. Wait, is this 645? Okay, never mind. I guess I can use it later because I already have a stronger weapon than that. Right then, first things first. Oh, you're still feeling sick, huh? Still a bit queasy. No more boats for a while. I realize we just arrived, but we should get you familiar with the city before the rite of succession begins. No arguments here. I should very much like to explore. Me too, and I fear that the stream will actually be me exploring the rest of Tuliolal. Then I'll guide you. Are you sure you're in any condition to do it? Kind of like the Azim Step storyline. So the whole thing seems like a very simple. We're gonna intervene on behalf of Wuklamat, and then we're gonna probably put her on the throne. But what's being indicated is that the other scions, Tancred, Urianje, Yusola, have been hired by the other contestants to help them to get on the throne. So it's like a competition between everyone. Well, we don't know what's happening just yet, but that's what the little we know before we went into the expansion. And then there's also a very interesting area called Solution 9, and possibly Posturat from the Asians. So we're gonna... It's gonna start off as a very simple Final Fantasy story, but you know how Final Fantasy stories go. By the end, there's an ancient civilization and a god ending the world, and I'm predicting the same thing's gonna happen here. Aha! We were wondering who these strange folk were. So the third promise has found some new followers then. The third promise, I assume, is what they call the person who's third in line for the throne. Followers? Wuklamat, are you unwell? No, not at all. Couldn't be better. The third promise does not get seasick. No, sir. As for my hand-picked entourage here, I've recruited them to help me win the rite of succession. I was about to show them around the city, in fact. That sounds lovely. But a group of foreigners is going to attract attention, especially if they're in the company of the third promise. Everyone will be curious. We certainly were. Your siblings have a tendency to command a respectful distance, but you're just so easy to approach. And I enjoy so much when you do. Please, don't ever worry that you are a bother to me. You're very kind. Continue your third promise. I really like the design of the clothes over here. It's very interesting. They did have a point. Wuklamat is technically royalty here. Like it or not, a person of first station, surrounded by this many outsiders, is bound to draw a crowd. Wait, what do you mean technically? I suggest we... Okay. I suggest we move in two groups so as to attract less attention. Just technically ignoring me then. Well, the writing's so good, it just makes me chuckle at times. Mika, you and Prowl can come with me, okay? I'll take the twins then. We'll get in touch once we've had a good look around. That voyage was hard on us, so take it slow and recuperate. We have time enough for that. Fair enough. Enjoy your wanderings. Perhaps we should wait a bit, at least until Wuklamat's nausea subsides. No need for that. Look, I'm ready to go. And then she's gonna throw up. Quest accepted. Alright, time to start searching. I'm fine now, really. Can't stand around all day feeling sorry for myself. What with the contest looming and all. Now then, seeing as we're already here, I might as well tell you about the harbor. Aaronville already mentioned the reason are coastal waters, which explains why you don't see any big ships moored at the docks. Okay, that actually explains why we had to take a smaller ship down here, and why you can see the bigger ships in the distance over there. Only vessels with shallow drafts can navigate the bay, mostly small fishing boats or barges carrying cargo up and down the rivers from inland settlements. Much of the incoming traffic is from Yogg-Toral, the southern landmass. The clans there produce various goods for export. Their wares are unloaded here and carted off to merchant stalls in the neighboring markets. Speaking of which, Bayside Bevy should be our next stop. Okay, looks like Uklamat and Trial are accompanying me here. Occasionally, since I think Shadowbringers, NPCs will follow you, and you can actually talk to them for additional dialogue at specific points in the map. The nation of Tuliolao. It feels good to be back in FF where the population is steadily rising. Like here we can probably... I should get the crystal first, just in case. Okay, you know what, I feel like DLS actually performs better. I'm not sure if any of you notice what's happening, but this feels a lot smoother, to me at least. Alright, let's tune over here. Talk. Tuliolao is like my own garden. I could lead you around with my eyes closed. If this tour were a ship, I'd be plain sailing all the way. The word ships alone is enough to curdle my stomach. Wandering around this city is so exciting. Unfamiliar wonders everywhere we look. Very interesting. Shop space box must be tidy before the box orders arrive. Fresh fruit juices, fruit in Tuliolao. Wait, am I going the wrong way? I thought this was where the... Yeah, I'm going the wrong way. I believe it's down here. This is Bayside Bevy, Tuliolao's largest marketplace. Being right on the harbor, everything from fresh fish to imported wares go directly to the shelves. Anything you want, they most likely have. Oh right, I should mention that here in Tuliolao we buy things with Pel, a currency that the Pelu created. But don't worry, more and more trade is coming in from Eorzea, so most shops are happy to accept your guild. There's also Wachu Meki Meki, another market to the east of here, but that can wait for another time. I have other places I want to show you first. Next we'll head back a bit, then northwards up the stairs to a certain plaza. I can't wait to see the look on your faces. Okay, so this is basically the market board where you're gonna be selling and making stuff, I guess. Is that a blue mage running around? No, it's a bard. I was wondering. Oh, you were gonna take me to the plaza here anyway, so... What do you think of that, eh? Goodness me, you have aetherites in Tuliolao. I told you before, but my Martha Aquina spent 3 years studying in Charlagan. He fell in love with the nation and its ways and brought back to us the knowledge of... Oh, my throat is getting kind of blocked. Give me a second. Sorry about that. And brought back to us the knowledge of aetherite construction. Papa warmed to the idea at once, had one built immediately. Did you do the shooting thing? If you're ready to continue, we'll head down again and then up the slope to the side. Right at the top is a gate which leads to Zaktural or Chaktural. Let's make a stop at Bright Moon Post on the way though. That's the headquarters for the Lance Guard, which is the military force over here. looks like it also starting to get dawn. It's appropriate that we arrived at dawn for Dawntrail. I wonder what the daytime music is, because this music is like very, very jazzy and very blues, I guess. We have a lot of narrow winding streets that crawl up to the sides of the mountain. As you can see, though, the builders made sure the city's main thoroughfares were wide enough to accommodate wagons. Trial? Trudging up and down all these slopes and stairs is exhausting. I understand now where Wuklamant gets her endless endurance. So I didn't realize that. Let's find this. Oh wait, it's actually downstairs. No wait, I'm going the right way. Normally after I'm done with an expansion I switch off the minimap because I become very familiar with the area. But now that we're in a new place I have actually no idea where I'm going. So this is the headquarters of the Land Guard. Here we are, Bright Bloom Post. The soldiers stationed here are responsible for defending Tuliyollal and preserving the peace. The Lance Guard are led by our nation's strongest warrior, and so naturally Papa has commanded them since the beginning. At least until 3 years ago when Zoral Jar took over as commander. The title is no empty honor. It means the first promise is considered equal to the Dawn Servant in martial strength. So first promise is probably the person who's first in line for the throne. Meanwhile, I haven't even managed to. Well, I'll discuss my brothers and their accomplishments later. Alfrednode and Elsie should be around to hear it too. Come on, it's time I showed you the Skygate. It's right at the northern end of Talon March. Northern end of Talon March. Ekwaya Wawya. Ekwaya Plaza. And this must be... we're going to. Well, we will eventually need to go past those gates, I guess. Massive, isn't it? And on the other side is an equally massive bridge to match. Both were constructed by a race of giants, the Yok'hov. What are the chances that the race of giants were robots? Strictly speaking, Tural is actually two separate continents, Yok'Tural, the southern lands of the mother, and Chak'Tural, the northern lands of the father, which lies beyond the bridge. That is a huge bridge. Legends say it used to be one great landmass. But long, long ago, the two gods fought a titanic battle and one threw the other to the ground. The impact was so devastating as to split the continent in twain. Interesting. A familiar sounding tale. I'm put in mind of the conflict between Hydaelyn and Zodiar. Yes, exactly. But getting back to Yok'Tural, those lands are also part of the Tuliyollal nation, correct? That's right. Isn't my father incredible? He united the people of two continents into a single nation. The many clans of Tural had been at war for generations. It was only when Papa traveled the lands and put a stop to their myriad conflicts that we finally had peace. And that's the main reason I want to win the throne, so I can preserve the peace he built. But I see you're more interested in what's behind the gate than hearing about my inspirations. Well, I hate to. Yeah, crossing the bridge to Yogg-Toro requires a special travel pass. Unfortunately, they won't issue any new permits until the rite of succession is over. I promise to get you one when I'm Dawn Servant, but until then, you'll just have to wait. Oh, I'll hold you to that. I've never broken my word. Once the throne is mine, that travel permit is yours. And we're actually gonna head there even before that. I'm 100% sure. Oh, so this is the daytime music, okay. Oh, wow, okay. Not, I gotta say, again, not the type of music I was expecting. Tired from all this walking? Take a moment to rest and we'll continue the tour. We must have covered half the city by now. Tuliyollal isn't unlike any other place I've visited. I'm thoroughly enjoying myself. This is 645. This is 665. Yeah, no need. Creation stories are often rooted in true events. Given the similarities, could it be that Toral's legend was inspired by Hydaelyn's clash with Zodiark? I'd say that's very likely. Clamant is ready to commence the second half of your Tuliyollal tour. We'll head with Vexness towards the Arc of Dawn. The dirigible landing is on the way. You have dirigibles too? Tuliyollal certainly doesn't want from methods of travel. We get by. Now, if you've seen the enough area, let me know and we'll continue on. Okay, looks like after exploring the east, we're heading to the west. Also, let me sprint up for you guys. Usually, I almost never sprint in this game when I'm doing the story. But I'm guessing we have quite a wait, is there a crystal here? There is a crystal here. And I attuned to it. But the objective is over there, so can't actually use that to get back. Oh, you know, I can't wait to hear the rest of the music in the expansion. If it's this good. I'm not too tired just yet. I'm still struggling to conceive how one could construct an entire city on the side of a mountain. This was originally the site of the Yogg-Toro temple. The giants built it when they first weakened the bridge to Yogg-Toro to appease the god who slumbers in the great ocean trench. After the Yogg-Hu withdrew, the temple stood empty for centuries. So when Papa was establishing his new nation, he saw a structure he could refurbish into a palace, sitting practically in the center of Tyrol. He gathered artisans to do the work, and the houses they built for themselves became the foundation of the city you see today. Speaking of houses, we'll be passing through the Resplendent Quarter, the biggest residential district in Tuliyollal. We climb these set of stairs here all the way up, okay. So we're heading up here. Copperstone. The Resplendent Quarter. A little hut with a... Whoa, what a view. The ethereal climb. Let's play tag, you're it. Heh, you can't outrun me. My shoulder has been so stiff lately. Have you tried heated springstone? My cousin swears by it. Just a short rest, then it's back to it. Okay. I would be exhausted if I lived in this city. Climbing all these stairs. Discuss the palace. Papa's palace is called Wolak Shunsa, which roughly translates to invincible resilience. You probably want to take a closer look, but we'll be coming back here later, so let's move on for now. The sheer scale of this place is incredible. I wonder what that carving at the top represents. What carving? Oh, that. Well, I know the banner over there represents Walamun, right? The icon in FF6. Okay, we actually had to climb up and then come down to the residential quarter. So I'm assuming this is where everyone lives. I don't feel like Charlarian was this convoluted. Oh wait, come on. I missed the crystal, so gotta make sure I attune to everything. So it looks like we're kinda out of time for the stream as well, but let me finish at least this quest before I call it. It's been a bit uneventful, but hopefully I'll be streaming all throughout the week, so maybe you guys will catch something interesting in the meanwhile. Something that you have to do with every new expansion is make sure you are tethered to everything so that it becomes easier to travel later on. Oh, what? Okay, there's an invisible wall here. I wasn't expecting that. They've really outdone it with that music. And of course the graphics too. Definitely a change from all the previous expansions. So this is the Resplendent Quarter. What manner of people live here? Well, we have residents from the Yogg-Turail clans, Mamuja, Shibral, Pelu Pelu, Moblin, Hanu Hanu. We also had the Tonawabta, Hetsaro, and Shetona, who moved south from their ancestral lands in Yogg-Turail. In essence, it's a gathering of people from every corner of Turail. A true representation of Tuliyolal's diverse character. The adorned Montagnese building contribute to the eclectic cultural aesthetic. It's all so beautiful. I'm glad you think so. Come, we must continue down the stairs. You can hear the main Dawntrail theme in the music in the background. Discuss the what huge drum? Oh, over there. The big drum there is called a Dawn Herald. They play it played for formal occasions, like when honoring the land's guards returned from a dangerous duty. I tried hitting it with my axe once and ripped the skin. Earned me a proper scolding, let me tell you. I think that was the time Papa helped me upside down by the ankle. Okay. Good to know. I've never seen such an enormous drum. What would one even use to beat such an instrument? Exaltation. I want to actually heading the wrong way, so we're here. Now we have alpacas. There, isn't a pretty girl. Lead up now, you need your strength. Alpaca keep. Welcome, if it's an alpaca you need, then look no further. Before we get you saddled up, I'll add your name to our register. Yeah, instead of chocobo porters, you get alpaca porters here. And here are our dirigibles. Not bad, eh? I hear other nations use airships to sail the skies, but you'll only find balloons in Tuliolao. We have them for the exact same reason as the Aetherites. Koana brought back the plans from Charlayan, and Papa thought them fantastic and commissioned the constructor. This was around 3 years ago. Since that time, we've added flights to the other settlements. Trade with frontier communities have never been easier. But that's enough about dirigibles. The Ark of the Dawn awaits. The Ark of the Dawn. Dirigible landing. The dirigibles here are the hot air balloons. Instead of airships, we have air balloons. I'm hoping I don't miss any aether crystals while we're traveling around. Oh wait, I'm actually going the wrong way too. Where are you, Ark of Dawn? The other way. Run. The wrong way? No, probably didn't have anything to say. This is it, the Ark of the Dawn. When the giants were still here, it is known as the Yogg-Turaul Landgate. But when Papa founded Tuliolal, everyone began using its present name in honor of his great achievement. Through this gate is Kozama Uka, the wetland south of the city. Depending on what the rite of section asks of us, we might end up going in that direction. Kozama Uka, the name alone is intriguing. Speaking of which, what are those fluffy animals we've passed earlier? The alpaca, which is not native to Eorzea, so I can understand the confusion. Ah, those are alpacas, fearsome four-legged fiends. Fearsome? Fearsome? They seem quite placid to me. Don't let their looks fool you. You'll learn soon enough, Kral. You'll learn soon enough. But forget the alpacas. I have something far more important to show you. Come along. No, it seems like Mount has a fear of alpacas. Oh wait, they're no longer accompanying me. I see. If you wish to learn the history of Tuliolal, then look no further. These stone pillars, you mean? Ah, interesting. These pillars were what Y'shtola, okay, wrong. Y'shtola was looking at in the trailer. Right guys, I hate to stop here because almost nothing happened on stream, but I kind of promised someone else that I'd help them get through another set of stories in the expansion. Not in the expansion, in ARR. So I'm gonna get off stream and join my friends for the Binding Coils of Bahamut. If anyone's watching, take care, good night. And if you're playing Final Fantasy XIV, enjoy the expansion. Good night.